Now it says right here, he was one of the first Moorish sultans in the West, as well as the first prophet in the West. He was definitely a wise ruler, and his ideas were definitely prophetic. We're going to the prophecies in which he set aside a little bit later on. All right, this letter is being written in order to inform more students of the Bureau of Sovereign Moorish Nationals under protection of the Neshisu clan of Moors regarding the line of the descent of Moors in the West. This is what we're concerned about the line of the descent of the Moors here in the West. Prophet Noble Ali was born January the 8th, 1886 in the state of North Carolina. Matter of fact, right in Clinton. On what is called the Chohari.
In Clinton?
Yep. Chohari. Or Chohari, which is a group of Cherokee. The Chohari has a reservation there in Clinton that he was born on. They refer to the Chohari as a group of Cherokee, or one of the remnants of the Cherokee families in which that remained here in North Carolina while the rest of their brothers and sisters got ushered off into Kansas and Oklahoma. Okay? Under the chattel name of Timothy Drew. Very little is known of his parentage. They don't know, I'll tell you. I just told you his mother name was Eliza Turner. His father name was John Drew. So Eliza Turner and John Drew. Okay? The woman, because she carries the mitochondrial DNA, she is actually the ruler over the land. So actually at one time it was the matriarchal system. It had nothing to do with what we thinking, brothers. It had to do with the fact that the woman is the carrier of the mitochondrial DNA. DNA in which that is utilized in order to bring forth the various seeds of being able to tilt the land, what they say, till the land of the fertile ground in the woman, and she brings forth 9 months later, you know what I'm saying, a child into existence. And that mitochondrial DNA can be traced back only through the woman's bloodline. It can't be traced back through the males. That's the only way in which that we are able to even have any equality, actually, is for y'all to take on our last name. You know what I'm saying? Otherwise, the woman is the carrier of mitochondrial DNA and therefore actually is over the land. All right? And the reason why is that is because you're going to find out that she carries X chromosome. Male carry Y chromosome. This right here is broken. It is 28% genetic material missing.
So it's weaker?
It's weaker. It's degenerative. Now, if you notice, we still have the same parts as the woman. You still have two breasts, a nipple, but they do not produce milk unless under extreme conditions. You can get a book called Secrets of Regeneration by Hutanotima. And that in some extreme cases, like as if the woman is killed, you know what I'm saying, in a battle or some other thing, you know what I'm saying, or some horrific or catastrophic event, what happened is that the man at time has been able to give forth milk to the child, you know what I'm saying, in order to balance out the situation in which that has happened, which has been so dramatical for the whole family. At one time, there was only asexual beings on the planet. As we came down from our ethereal forms, that means our light forms, we came down as androgynous beings. Androgynous beings that you have beings who possess both sexes. Nowadays, you have the degenerative form in which that you would call a hermaphrodite or hermaphrodite. A hermaphrodite is the masculine one, is the one with the masculine tendencies, and hermaphrodite is one with the feminine tendencies. In other words, they have both genders, both genitals. All right, but one is over the other one. A hermaphrodite is when the vaginal area is over the penis or the elongated clitoris, because that's actually all a penis is. And then a hermaphrodite is the penis being over the vaginal area of these individuals who degenerated to that point. But the fact that we have hermaphrodites and hermaphrodites give you reason to understand that at one time there was only one sex, and that somewhere down the line there was a split between the two. And that comes through the hormones. It's shown even now within our people. You know what I'm saying? If a woman exercises too much, you know what I'm saying, or is too active or overactive, she begin to grow a mustache and a beard. So hormonal balance is what keeps us as men and women. So it's through the hormones, and it's the same through these endocrine glands in which we just finished talking about. From the pineal gland down to the ovaries, or from the pineal gland down to the testes. That's the science. So this 28% genetic material in which that was removed, it's still there, but it's called junk DNA. So the males have more junk DNA than the females. In other words, we have more leftover genetic material in our bodies than the female. All right, once again, the testes is nothing but fallen ovaries. That's it. The vas deferens, which are the tubes in which that is connected from the testes up into the prostate gland, and same as the fallopian tubes. All right, the penis is nothing but elongated clitoris. All right, the G spot, as they call it, is nothing more within the males as a perineum. When the child come out the womb, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes the testes stay up inside, just like the ovaries, until after a few days or weeks, it finally descends. And they tell you that it descends. You get it? The fall of man. The word testes means man. You see? That's the fall of man. Is your testes falling, descending down? So this is all mathematically, scientifically, and biblically, and Quranically proven.
So you're saying one time, though, that the man was inside the woman and woman was inside the man.
Yeah. Exactly. As one. Yeah. And there was a split in which that occurred due to also to what they call the pole shift in the frequencies of the sun, and also due to the tilting of the earth off his axis. At one time the earth was at 90 degrees. But it had so many meteorites and asteroids that hit it that it actually made the earth begin to tilt. And now the earth is at 23.5 degrees. So with that frequency changes of the planet Earth on its tilt in orbit is what caused the splitting of the two. This affected the gravitational pull affected what they call centrifugal and centrifugal force. Push and pull. This same centrifugal and centrifugal force is what holds our 76 trillion cells together. All right, even to this day. But when that frequency was changed between the push and pull frequency, because it's not equal any longer, is what caused the split between male and female. And then it even says in Genesis the 5th chapter that he named their names Adam. He said he produced male and female, and he named their names Adam. So they both Adam. The Adam which that you're thinking about, and which that you were thinking the terminology of a man, is not a man. It's talking about the atomic structure of the woman.
The atom.
The atom. And the atoms in which that makes up the woman is what it's talking about, that she was the first here. In other words, the atoms had to group together to make molecules. That's what it's talking about, the atom was alone and that he was lonely. So with other atoms came forth molecules. With other molecules came forth cells. With other cells came forth tissue. With other tissue came forth muscles. Muscles produce the flesh and the blood, the hormones in which that you now have as the physical body. Thus, therefore, Adam is no longer alone. He has a physical woman representation of the atomic structure and physical form now. You get this? Very little is known of his parentage, but Moorish oral tradition relates that his father was a Moorish, Moroccan descent. All right, actually they got it backwards here. So y'all might want to change that. Actually, his mother was of Moorish descent, and his father actually was the Cherokee Nation. Okay? Matter of fact, I got pictures of them in my book.
His mother was Moorish?
His mother was actually Moorish. She was Washita. A Washita Moor. His father, John Drew, actually was a Cherokee. All right, full-blooded Cherokee from right here out of North Carolina, down in near the Chirhari, right there in Clinton. Now, during the late 1800s, Drew Ali's father moved to Newark, New Jersey. Newark, New Jersey also happened to be the place where Drew Ali opened up his first temple called the Canaanite Temple. That was in 1913. All right. Moorish oral tradition also has it that Drew Ali's family was educated by a Moorish Sufi, a Muslim Sufi, or mystic by the name of Jamal al-Din al-Afghani, who was also known as a master adept, or Huja in Arabic. Afghani also had a disciple by the name of Muhammad Abdullah. Now, what was deep about this is that you had Afghani to also have an influence upon certain Rosicrucian members in which that form and certain societies, in which that one society that you might know of, heard of, called the Theosophical Society. He also taught Madame Blavatsky. Okay, so you come to find out that not only was he a Muslim Sufi, he also had to have been a Rosicrucian of a high degree, because you find out that Noble Drew Ali was a Sufi, a Rosicrucian, a Shriner, a Mason. Okay, all of these various degrees or schools. These two had come to the United States of America to propagate Orthodox Islam. And for those who were ready to receive it, they wished to initiate them into their order, known in Arabic as Tariq, which is also mean the path of Muta Safi, Muta Safi, or Sufi, or esoteric mysticism. Their order was known as the Brotherhood of Purity, known in Arabic as Ikhwan el-Safa. And it says they are purported of a doctrine of cultural pride which pierced the heart of Drew Ali. During Drew Ali's teenage years, it was related that Moorish oral traditions had traveled overseas. He worked as a seaman and a carnival magician. While overseas, he traveled to Egypt, known in Arabic as El-Misr, to study under students of Al-Afghani and Muhammad Agdal. He also studied in Egypt, renowned Al-Azhar University, which has been influenced by the ideals of Muhammad Rashidi Rida, and Aziz Ali El-Bey, who was the Turkish extraction, as well as the Sudanese Egyptian Moor known as Deuce Muhammad Ali. Right now, Deuce Muhammad Ali also taught Marcus Garvey. So not only did he teach Noble Drew Ali, he also taught Marcus Garvey. So he sent back both of his students around the same time, which was around 1913, 1914. And they both began to form these organizations, Moorish Scientific of America and the UNIA, which is the United Negro Improvement Association. So they was both taught by Deuce Muhammad Ali. Deuce Muhammad Ali, when you figure out, not only was he a Sufi, a Muslim, but he was also a Rosicrucian. All right? He's part of the Rosicrucian Fellowship. All right? And I'm telling you these things so that when you go back and do some research, you'll be able to tie in history properly, you know what I'm saying? Because, in other words, they had a public side, but then they also had a private side. And in order to get a full understanding of the doctrines in which that came forth and sprung forth from all these men that's on this wall right here, you must understand the teachers in which that brought them this information. You will not understand Minister Farrakhan, Marcus Garvey, Elijah Muhammad, Noble Drew Ali, Malcolm X, Clarence 13X, Malachi York, Prince Bell, anybody else, until you understand that there was always that they had two lives, private and public. And the only thing that we was able to see and have been taught is just the public side. You never was able to see into this the secret side in which that they had dealt into Sufism, which is Islamic mysticism. All right? Because in that realm, you deal with allegory, symbolism, and metaphysics and esoteric teachings. You don't just deal with things being straight out told to you. Okay? You have to go and look and research and seek. Orthodox Muslims come in here and basically challenge me because he's seen on the wall, on the book stack, that we had 360 questions to ask the Orthodox Sunni Muslim. So he looked at it, he looked at it, my wife was here, and he just looking at it, you know, and that. You know, he put it back up. So then he had nerves to question me. So I broke out the Quran. Bam! I said, hold on, what does this say? It's in Iqra, you know what I'm saying, which is the 4th chapter. The family, right here, it's right here. It says, that for those who attempt to pervert the scriptures of this book, of the Quran, I, Allah, will harden their hearts. But for those who seek after me in knowledge, I will reveal those passages which are allegorical to them. I said, hold on. Let's go to Webster Dictionary. What does the word allegory mean? Because some of these parts, because it continues saying that's because some of these parts are literal, but other portions of it is allegorical. So I said, well, let's go to the. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I can't read too well. But you know what I'm saying? But let's go to it. So we looked up the word allegory. Right here. Allegorical. Of or related to allegory. Having hidden spiritual meanings. Transcending the literal sense of a sacred text. I was like, hold on, let's read this again, bro. You know what I'm saying? Once again. Having hidden spiritual meanings transcending the literal sense of a sacred text. Let's go to allegory. Allegory. Says right here, the expression by meaning of symbolic fictional figures. Oh, wait. Let's read that one more time, bro. The expression by meanings of symbolic fictitious figures and actions of truth or generalizations about human conduct or experience. In instance of expression, a symbolic representation, an emblem. So right here, it says that it's what? Fictitious what? Figures. Now, bro, I mean, do I need to look up the word fictitious? Don't run for me because I can read. Don't run because I can read. You know what I'm saying? I thought you should be happy that a black person can read. You know, we've been so illiterate so for so long. You think I was gonna be able to go and search? You know what I'm saying, in the Quran, what these actual things mean? But yet you think you can just bring it over here and just give it to me in your Arabized way of life? I can't be an Arab. I'm African. I'm a Moor. You know what I'm saying? You leave that Arab tradition nonsense in your culture, in your home. Otherwise you wouldn't be here. Why you here? You in America, bro. Al-Marak. Okay? You here in El-Mexican. You here in Aslan. You here in my world now. And in my world, I'm African, and we here teaching the truth. You leave that Arab tradition stuff over there with them. They come over here and sell you pork, cigarettes, and wine and liquor.
They tell you.
And be happy. Right, and then be happy. And then talking about when you come up in there with your kufi on, Assalamu alaikum, brother. Come on. And was also Garvey's source for the red, black, and green flag he used as the standard, which the Sudanese flag at the time was black, red, and green. All right, Drew Ali arrived back in this. In other words, this flag right here. This is the flag of Marcus Garvey from out of the Sudan via Deuce Muhammad Ali. All right. So you know that's why they don't want this flag flying anywhere. Okay, because if you go back and do some research, Al-Marak, which is Morocco, at one time all of Africa was named Sudan. The word Sudan means the land of the two blacks. The word Sudan.
The land is Sudan.
Right.
The land of the blacks.
The land of the blacks. So the word Sudan and the word Saudi actually is the same word. It means black. So Saudi Arabia means the black nomads. That's what the word Saudi Arabia means. The black nomads. Because the word Arabi or Arabia means nomadic people. Those who move from place to place. The same word as Hebrew. Yeah. Same word as Hebrew. It comes from the word Eber within Hebrew in Arabic. Eber. I-R or either E-B-E-R. Hebrew and Arabic both tells that the word Eber means those who move from place to place, nomadic people. So this is the trick that they've been trying to do, as if, oh, but you're still using the same name. Yeah, just like you said, the Turkish came in, but yeah, it's still named Saudi Arabia. You know what I'm saying? The land of the blacks who moved. You know what I'm saying? Or nomadic blacks. It said Drew Ali arrived back in America in 1913 and formed the Canaanite Temple in Newark, New Jersey. Some of the contemporary teachers and leaders of that time of the Moorish community were Marcus Garvey, who were taught nationalism, Pan-Africanism, and Hebrew philosophy by Arnold Joshua Ford. Now, this Ford is said to have been also the same Ford in which that becomes Master Farad Muhammad. Okay, or who was known as quote unquote Douglas or Dodd Ford or David Ford. All right. All right. Now this is something that's they still talk about this to this day. And Rabbi Wentworth, author Matthew, who taught our people that they was Ethiopian Hebrews. It is because of these two doctrines that was common at the time that Drew Ali taught the Moors that we was not Negro, colored, black, or Ethiopian. You got to understand what the term Ethiopian means. It's a Greek word in which that comes the word Egypto, or Egypto, which means basically burnt faces. All right, the burnt faces. All right, but it's a Greek word. So this is not the original name in which they called themselves either. This is the name in which that was placed upon them by the Greek civilization. All right. At the time, you had the original Hebrews who was called the Philistines. All right. After disbanding the Canaanite temple, Drew Ali formed the Moorish Holy Temple of Science, which later became the Moorish Science Temple of America National and Divine Movement, which is commonly abbreviated MST of A. MSTOA became centralized in Chicago, Illinois, where the Prophet's ideals of incorporation was more suitable. Newark, New Jersey didn't allow for a society or adoption as did Chicago regarding incorporation. The concept of adoption allowed Drew Ali to become the father of the Moorish Americans in America, thereby giving him the right to name his children. Thus, he reinstituted the ancient Moorish practice of affixing Ali, El-Bey to the surname, making the name inherently Moorish. Right? The other names is Al, Day, Dun, in which that Nation Islam brings later, which is Shabazz and Muhammad. Okay? All of these names can be utilized in order to put as a suffix as your name. All right? It says students of the Prophet was Elijah Muhammad, Abdul Wali Farad Muhammad, who was Master Farad Muhammad, Father Devon, Sweet Daddy Grace, and the Honorable Marcus Garvey were colleagues and contemporaries or of Marcus Garvey. In fact, many would say Garvey's nationalistic ideas influenced Drew Ali, since Drew Ali organization began as the Holy Moorish Holy Temple of Science, and they became the Moorish Science Temple of America. National and divine movement. National refers nationalism or cultural pride. The holy text of Drew Ali's group was the Holy Quran Circle 7, which we'll be going into sooner than later. All right, which was a text in which that was more, which was more of a compilation than an actual scripture. It has no connection to the Holy Quran of the Orthodox Islamic world. It is a compilation of the Prophet's own words, along with excerpts from the Aquarian Gospel of Jesus Christ, authored by Eliphas Levi Dowlins, who was born Alfonso Lee L. Countess. Now understand, this here too is somewhat a misrepresentation, because actually Alfonso Dowlins, who is known actually Alfonso Countess, he actually was a Rosicrucian. And he got his same information from the same place that another Rosicrucian, who was Drew Ali, got his information from. The text of the book was called Unto Thee I Grant. Or Grant Unto Thee. Grant Unto Thee. Alright? Either is one of the two. But the name of the book is called Infinite Wisdom. And this is the book in which that they got the 18 missing years of Jesus Christ from. Alright? I don't know, in the Bible it tells you that at the age of 12, he had to go be about his father's business, and then you don't hear nothing else after he taught in the temple until he's 30 years old and he shows up again. So those 18 missing years is found in the Aquarian Gospel of Jesus Christ, is found in the Holy Quran Circle 7, and is found in Unto Thee I Grant, which is called the Infinite Wisdom of the Rosicrucians. And this is where these two books actually come from. This by no means subtracts any worth from the Quran Circle 7, because the excerpts chosen by the Prophet promote spiritual harmony, as well as the missing years of Jesus, who should be known as Yahshua ben Maryam or Sananda. Right? Some more of the Prophet's writings were the Quran question for Moorish Americans. This is where we go into this at. Let's pull those out. Those are the 101 words that you have. This is the so-called 101 question and answering for the Moorish Americans. All right. Here go the Moorish prayer, which is Allah, the Father of the universe, the Father of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Allah is my protector, my guide, and my savior by night and by day, through His holy prophet, Drew Ali. Amen. All right. This is often said in the temple. Since you asked the question about the prayer, this is what is said. But this is the Quran question for Moorish children. It says, "Who made you?" Allah. Who is Allah? Allah is the Father of the universe. Also, Allah is the Mother of the universe also. And it says, "Can we see Him?" No. Where's the nearest place you can meet Him? In your heart. So where's Allah? Allah is in your heart. That is a Sufi teaching, that Allah is closer to you than your jugular vein. Meaning that it's in your heart. Allah is, that is the seat. Within India, that's called the seat of prana.
Say it again.
The seat of prana. Prana. Prana is universal energy, the life force energy. It is in the heart.